where I'm at now with it is that I'm just grateful every single day I wake up. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be alive, and I want to take full advantage of that day. You have something on your mind and you go for a run, by the time you get back off your run, I guarantee you'll have the answer. I actually went there for a barber's role at the start, but I haven't been cutting hair since just after I left school, which is about 4 years, rusty. I haven't cut hair for time. How it started, we've always had sort of celebrities, like we had the Geordie Shore cast. That's what's kicked everything off. So we had Gaz, Scotty T, all them. Then you'd have like the likes of Callum Best and all that popping in. One time we had the storage hunters or storage wall people coming in. It was mad. So everyone was like a flagship for the celebs to go to. And then next thing you know, I think it was one of the lads was in the Queen's Drive shop. And he seen Bobby Firmino just driving over, so we went over and threw a couple of flyers in. Next thing you know, we get a follow on Twitter or the Instagram. Probably had a mooch in, and then he threw us a message and said, "I'm going to be popping in to the store," and then the lads are like, "Wow!" And
from then on, it's just someone else.
And that was it. Then Bobby started. Next thing you know, when Ray Chan, Phil Coutinho, and then it all come out.
Welcome to Innovating Coffee, the podcast where we talk about innovation across all industries, all sizes. I'm your host, Sam Nicholson, and today I've got Jamie Karmellhi. Jamie, first things first, what's your favourite coffee?
Favourite coffee, cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Standard.
Anywhere specific or just any cappuccino?
Just cappuccino.
Fair
Everywhere
enough.
I go, cappuccino.
Simple, man. Fair enough. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with the cappuccino. It's ones who come in with like the chai lattes.
Yeah, skinny chai, vanilla.
Yeah, that's where I draw my line. Can't go into that. But
proper hipster drinks.
Exactly, and I'm not a hipster, if you can't tell. So, introduce yourself.
So I'm Jamie. I work for BarbersNo1 and I run a self-development group called Kickstart.
And straight into that, you quite rightfully corrected me off camera before. I said, what's the business? What's Kickstart? And you told me it's not a business. No. So what is it?
It's basically, it's just, I don't know what you call it. There's not a label. It's a lifestyle more than anything, but it's just basically a hobby that I just wanted to build a community around, really, which is self-development. So
all like-minded people in one space, together physically or just online?
Both.
Yeah.
So where it started with us is we've met once a week every Monday, 5:30 in the morning since June now. That was where the solid foundations have been based, meeting up every Monday, catching up, what have we learned new, what books you read and what podcasts we listen to, and then go back to the WhatsApp group, which is basically 24-hour. Anyone's got any problems, whack them in there, or if you've just listened to a boss podcast and you want to share it, or a book that they just read, everything goes in there, every bit of knowledge, and you'll all just come together. And so the foundations of that then started there. What about your foundations to get to here? So self-development from Jamie 6-7 years ago, whatever that was. So probably about 6 years ago, just before I started BarbersNo1, I was stuck on I wrote myself in basically I don't know what you want to call it, depression or whatever like that, and I was just confused at that time. I'm 26 now, so it was around when I was 19, 20, always dabbling through little things and getting lost. And my mum come home one Christmas and lashed me a book, and it was The Secret. Don't know whether you've heard of it, but that sort of got my mind opening into self-development and understanding more and having a bit more belief and building structures and routines and stuff.
No, so of course.
It's all built from there, really.
Okay, so then got the book. What did that transition into? Was that into kind of, did you go mental route or fitness?
Yeah, so always mental first. I haven't been the fittest guy. I've always been a big lad all my life, so that's something I've always struggled with. But one thing you have to conquer, I believe, first is your mind, because if you don't believe that you can do something, if you don't believe you can get in shape or be fit or whatever, then it's never going to happen. So for me, it was just stripping back every foundation, the programming that I've been brought up with, and just working on my mind and what I wanted to do, and open up new ways of learning, and just freeing the mind up a bit more.
I completely agree with you. That's one thing. I think I said on my last podcast, I've actually been struggling with my mental health, and you forget to prioritise yourself. Like, you look at others that you want to make them feel good, you want to try and make work good and fitness and put an image out that you want to be perceived as, but if you're not actually working on it, then there's no point in trying to put some image out that you're not going to stick to.
So obviously we're always still learning. It's always that's why it's self-development. It's a development. It's a life. long development. You never know all the answers, but one thing that we do base ourselves on is just being 1% better every day.
Of course.
And it's always just trying to learn more, learn something new, get out your comfort zone, do something different.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically where I'm at now with it is that I'm just grateful every single day I wake up. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be alive, and I want to take full advantage of that day.
Of course. Is there days where you don't feel like you're 100% on it? You feel like you're falling off?
Every day, and I'd be lying if I say I'm a human being like everyone else. I'd be lying if I say it's easy. Yeah. It's not easy. No one wants to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning when it's dark or it's raining or like you understand, like it does get hard, but that's where the mindset shifts. Is that when you're facing your demons every morning, that's the hardest part of your day done. If you get up and you win that part, everything else is going to run smoothly. Yeah,
I completely agree with you, because that's one thing so when I started doing starting this business now, BarbersNo1, I had that kind of mindset of going to get up. I think I was up at 4:30, 5 every day myself, and then I was working until about 8 o'clock at night every day, and I felt like I was doing something good. I was pushing through it, and for me, I wasn't at that point of, you get them, as you call them, demons, where it kind of, stay in bed or maybe come away from it for a bit and don't do too much work today. I fell into them temptations, and you see people now, sure, you get people looking in at you thinking, oh, he doesn't think about that, he doesn't have any of them negative thoughts, but you do. You just need to get the mindset to deal with it.
So I've read a book called Chimp Paradox.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
It's unbelievable book, but it gives you more of an insight of the battles that you go through every day, and it's like...
Is that with the id and the ego?
Yeah, so it's your ego is a chimp. You have an inner chimp, and that's the where we come from, is we're apes, you know what I mean? It's part of it, so the way they live, they're just in a reactive state and everything's dead. If someone another chimp takes a banana, they're going out and having a fight over it. That's the way they live, and then you have your mind, that's your program. Basically, that everything you do every day subconsciously programs into your mind. And then you have obviously your spirit, which is the peace, the inner peace, and that you're battling with them 3 things every single day.
So is it finding the balance or prioritising one over the other?
Yeah, just being aware more than anything. If you're aware, you'll understand it a bit more. So once you're living in awareness, when things like that happen, you go, whoa, I need to step back here. I've just reacted, or I shouldn't have done that, or someone cut you off in the car. And you go into a reactive state, then you know, wow, I need to take a step back.
I feel like Jack's looking at me there, because that was me this morning, literally screaming at someone in the car.
But it's a ripple effect, so when it does happen, things start going wrong because you're always in that, you're playing with it in your mind.
Of course.
And once you've got control, it's not even control of it, being aware of it, that's when the control comes into it.
Of course. It's interesting that, very interesting that. Okay, so back to Kickstart then. So what's it looking like now? How do you, if you could paint a picture of what it's like, who's in there?
So for me, it was always about kickstarting it, because I haven't got all the answers. So what it was was just building that group of like-minded people that were all on the same journey. To say, when I haven't got all the answers, I'm going to kickstart you into the basics, which is fundamentals, which is your morning routine, which is if you win that, then you're going to be on a roll throughout the day, and you're going to be more motivated to do things. It creates discipline. So you have less temptation of doing the wrong things, going out for a pint or going eating that, the bad snacks that are in the office or whatever. You're creating that discipline, that foundation, which is where kickstart. So you're kickstarting your day when you're starting in the morning. So it's not 5 a.m. I always say before 6, as long as you get that, because the majority of people's working days start at 9 o'clock. I used to be the person that would wake up at 8, get a shower, rush to work, in a reactive state, flipping when people are cutting me up and flapping about being late for work and stuff like that.
When in reality, if you were up earlier and you left early, you had the day planned, it's not you, it's not their problem they're getting in your way. You need them to not be in your way.
So as I say, I read a lot of books, I don't watch much telly, and it's more documentaries and books, and I'm always constantly just trying to learn and grow and understand a bit more. So as I say, you don't know when your time's up. Could be driving home tonight or whatever. You really don't know these things, so just trying to make the most out of it and understand things a bit more. So I was reading this book called The 5 AM Club, must have been about 2018, and I just started with Lou again in the gym, and that was it. I was fully committed. My mindset was there. I'd read so much books and knew I had all the fundamentals, and it was I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins, and I've been smashing his he's got, I don't know what you can call it, like like a seminar kind of thing, but it's on online. What's it on? Apple Music.
Okay, yeah.
And it's literally strips back a full seminar, and you can listen to it, take notes and stuff like that. And all the fundamentals that he was saying was everything that I've been learning through self-development over the past 6 years.
Yeah.
He was going through and giving you structure on how to complete it. So it was waking up, moving straight away, priming your body into meditation so you're a bit more composed. Every little thing that I've been taking out of all these books, he put into a routine.
That's good. That's really
and I was like, right, that's it. And I knew I could see what I wasn't doing.
Yeah.
And I could see why I was a bit more reactive, or I was a bit less energetic.
Of course.
Or not awake, or making bad decisions.
Yeah.
Everything that I do is to make sure I'm performing at my highest level.
Yeah.
So if I'm up early and I'm breaking down the fundamentals of the morning routine, is like you've got to get up and move. As Tony Robbins says, motion creates emotion.
Okay.
So when you're moving, you start to feel a bit better.
Yeah.
Sends all the endorphins to you, your serotonin, which just feel good.
You're not talking about moving like you're
moving. It could be going out. Listen, just put your shorts on, your trainees on, and go out. Even if it's a walk. You know, sometimes when we meet up on a Monday, we go for a little run. Yeah. And you want to get your body going, your blood going around your body, your oxygen levels higher, and just cracking on from there. So that's the most important thing. So the first thing I do every morning is I'm up moving. Yeah. I'll go in, brush my teeth. I try and brush my teeth now with my opposite hand. Read something in a book called Limitless. Yeah. Jim Quick. I think he's the man that trained Elon Musk. So I'm taking as many notes off him because he's a genius.
Yeah, of course.
And it's just little things like brushing your teeth with the opposite hand and stuff like that. Get your brain function to your body. And then it's going out straight to your moving, and then I meditate. And that just keeps me grounded, composes me, because obviously you're dead hyperactive after you feeling boss and all that. Get myself back down, get in tune with myself.
Of course.
And then, you go on to go home, get a cold shower. I get a cold shower every day. Yeah. When I say cold shower, it's just nice and warm, wash my body in that, and then at the end I'll blast it on the cold. Okay. That just stimulate you. There's so many benefits I couldn't enroll out because I'm not an expert on it.
There's a book on it, isn't there? I can't remember what the book was. And it's like you have to try and push yourself to get a 2-minute cold shower. Yeah. I've seen that.
So it's pushing it 10 seconds more each time. So you start out 20 seconds, then add 10, then add 10, and then before you know it, your body's used to it. So when I'm in the gym and I go to Nuffield, as I was saying before, is that when I get out the sauna and the steam, there's a cold shower, and that just boosts your body straight back up from everything that.
Everyone's looking at you like you're nuts, but
you're zen. You're like that, and then you're jumping into your hydrotherapy pool because there's so many benefits to cold exposure. Yeah. As I say, I'm not really an expert, so I'm not going to sit on a podcast like I'm an expert on it, but that's something I implement into my morning routine.
So sort of awareness then, that's from what we're talking about, that's the centre of everything. Yeah. Talking about what you're talking about then, but then also going back to Kickstart again, you knew you didn't have every answer, so you said, how many people in there?
So group? There's 5 of us. Yeah. There's 5 of us in that's a personal group, so as I say, I just let things grow organically and let it flow. Now it's not like I've built this plan and I'm gonna be a millionaire from Kickstart. All it is we're just trying to make people a bit more aware with the developments and the benefits of it really does work because we're out there doing it. Yeah. And we're showing people it really does work. Exactly. If you see us and we're in a better mood or whatever like that, because we've done that. Of course. Or because we're working on ourselves every single day. It's amazing, you feel like you're untouchable sometimes, but then you crash. And then there's always someone there to go, lad, come on, let's get back to it. Yeah. Meet up there, because it is hard. Yeah. And as I said to you before, I'm only a human being. I feel the same as everyone else. I want to have a line every now and again. But that's... Yeah,
so do you have a plan? No, you probably don't. I know you're not very... You say I'm a hipster, but you're quite, hippie with the plan of you can't label it, it's going to grow organically. Yeah. How do you envisage the next... what's Kickstart in 5 years, 10 years? What's that looking like for you?
Massive community of people, I don't know.
Local or...
Could be worldwide. That's why we're on Instagram now. We're putting a lot more content on the Instagram to make sure people know that we're up and what we're doing. And it'll only get... The more people that get involved, the more things that'll come of it.
Of course.
But at the moment, we're just focusing on the people that actually want to be a part of it. I'm not going out there forcing people to go, come and join our thing, like it's a big revolution. It's not. We're just a group of lads that are trying to be better every single day. So if we want to be on that journey, feel free to jump on.
You can tell that's like the energy you get off it as well, because you see people who, it's more for me, the equivalent I see from like what I see on my socials, it's always like the entrepreneurs who are like, oh, sign up to my course and I know what's best for you and you need to be up at this time, go to bed at this time. And it's not that, it's you're teaching you're preaching the self-awareness, get these fundamentals right, and then you'll find what's right for you.
Yeah, but that's everyone's on their own individual journey. So as I say, the things that make me function a bit better might not make you function a bit better, but it's worth trying. That's all part of the development. But I know for a fact that waking up that extra hour and getting them 3 key things, which will be obviously your movement or exercise, your meditation, which is very important. People don't understand how important it is, and it was something that I frowned upon for years. Even the lads that were around the group now, when they started Kickstart, they were like, nah, that's not me. I don't know how to do it, I can't do it, my mind's always working. And it's like stripping it back down, and now they probably meditate more times throughout the day than me. Do you know what I mean? It's really, that's how many benefits there is to it. They feel something from it, and they're better people.
Because you need to know what you're doing. A lot of people think you're just sitting there and...
Don't type in 10-minute meditation on YouTube because it'll put you off.
Yeah, because you just sat there, and a lot of people just think, oh, I just need to switch off, but you're not. You think, well, okay, what am I stressed about today and why am I stressed about it? Can I push that into tomorrow?
It's the awareness.
Yeah, exactly. Self-awareness.
And that's what brings you in tune with yourself, meditation. You literally, you're just connecting with your breath and yourself. And honestly, it's like the same as running. If you that all the decision that you need to make will be there.
Of course.
Everything's working for you. When you're sitting there and you're eating crap food and you're stressed, or I don't know, say you're smoking because you're stressed over something, you're just bringing all that bad energy.
It's a negative cycle.
It's a negative cycle. Yeah. And then you're looking for more negative things to stimulate yourself.
Yeah. Refreshing this. Nice podcast so far, must say. Okay, so I want to kind of transition there then into BarbersNo1.
Yeah.
So my first question really is, was BarbersNo1 happening were you at BarbersNo1 before you started this journey 6 years ago, or did they kind of align together?
No, so my shift was going from what I was doing before this. It's just running hard, trying to do anything to make money. I was just chasing money, and that money mindset, and it's honestly, from experience, the worst mindset you can be in. Obviously, you need money to survive, but that shouldn't be your core thing. I weren't fulfilled in what I was doing, which is what got me into the depression.
Of course.
And then we battle with the mental health or whatever. And then the sudden shift, that was obviously, I don't know what you want to call it, whether you say awakening or whatever, that was me shift. That was where I knew I needed to find something that I enjoyed doing, and I always done barbering. So when I was a kid, summer holidays, probably last year or two towards school, I started in this barbershop that was just local to ours, and it was literally just a group of lads, young lads, all in the shop. So just like the environment, listening to good music and having a laugh with each other. And then you sort of going in there every week, getting my hair cut, and then started hanging around in there. And then the fella was just like, yeah, there's the brush, if you want to hang around in here, you're going to have to start learning. Can't have you sitting around all day. Because there's been a burden on them all, like that, do you know what I mean? So it honestly just went from there. And I was a kid then, it must have been about 14, 15, and then I just attached to it, and next thing you know, I'm cutting my mates' hairs, getting my mates in, cut my own clippers, and then I'm working on the shop floor. So I was finishing, we went to Broad Green, which we finished school at 2:10. So I'd finished there at like 2:10 on a Friday, and being work for 3 o'clock, work from 3 o'clock till 7, and all day Saturday. And then I'd work till Sunday, which would probably be about a 10:04, and then I'd go back to school on a Monday. But that was like my last year, 2 years of school, was that. From work, just coming from the summer holidays, and I loved it. I remember at the time, but then it was always a massive stigma behind cutting hair or whatever, and people would label it and be like, you girl or whatever.
Oh yeah, no,
the massive stigma back in the day.
I completely forgot that was a thing. Only honestly, girls cut hair, but it's not true. Like, BarbersNo1, like that. Like when I look at that now, it's not just like it's the new way of cutting hair. It's there's a brand there, and a type of people that are in there that just, it's not only the cool to see, but everyone loves it. Like it's a cult following in Liverpool, as far as I can see.
Community, isn't it? It's a community, and it's like where I just feel over time, men have just got where it was all rough and ready. I used to have like a 2 and a 0, just shave my head off, can't bothered, whatever, just wake up in the morning. Everyone started to what I sort of understood this towards the end of school. Everyone was getting comb overs and stuff like that. That was when probably the shift of male grooming started coming into it. Was when he started looking after the hair, being a bit more presentable with things, and that was it. So it might have just been the right place, right time, but in my head, because of the stigma behind it, I was labelled, and it was like, and back then, mate, it was like £5 haircuts. There was probably not much money in it. It was just something I enjoyed doing. So left school, and then because I've been working through the last 2 years of school, on the weekends I was old enough now to be going out, for having a drink or whatever. It was hard for me because I was always in work on the weekends when the lads were going out or they were doing things or something like that. So it just got on top of me. That was it. Just threw it away. See you later. Gonna go and find something else, go to college and see what else I can do. And
just fall into that.
Always like that millionaire mindset. That's not gonna make me a millionaire. I'm gonna need to go and do something proper. And went back to, I think we went to sixth form, got kicked out of sixth form. That weren't for me. Then I went back to college to do a barbering course, got kicked out of college because I'm just no good with
academia.
With that kind of thing. So it was always a vicious cycle then, and that negative spiral.
So what's it like now then? Obviously you've been BarbersNo1 for a long time now. What's it like now?
2014, 15. 2014. I say it started, and to be fair, it weren't easy when I started. I actually went there for a barber's role at the start, but I hadn't been cutting hair since just after I left school, which is about 4 years, rusty. I haven't cut hair for time. I'm going in there thinking I can still cut hair, and I just weren't on that level. And actually, I never got the job the first time. So they sent me away, and I was just like, I need to get back into that environment.
Of course.
And obviously BarbersNo1, which we just started, but it was starting to grow. One of my mates was in there, and he was like, lad, it's just you. Like, you need to be in here. It's like, what can I do to get in there then? So I was just stepping back, and then I was just always constantly on my mate, and the next thing over a phone call was like, I can't get you a barber job, but I can sort of get you an apprenticeship if you want to jump on.
Oh, nice.
I was like, mate, I'll do anything. At the time, I was earning good money. I was doing well, but I weren't fulfilled, and that was where the depression started to come into it. So ended up jumping on that, went back, I finally got the apprenticeship.
Nice.
And it was basically starting from scratch all again then. I think we were on to 2 shops, just opening the 3rd shop then. And then that was it.
How many shops is there now?
We've just signed for our 12th shop now.
So what's your role there now then? What do you do?
So
what's your
my
day-to-day?
actual role at the minute, I'm an area manager.
Okay.
So we just split the site. Obviously you have the owner of the company who's obviously expanding. And then the day-to-day running of the company is split between me and one of the other lads. So he has, half the shops, I have half the shops.
Oh, nice.
And then delegation down from there, down to the managers, down to the barbers, apprentices.
So how do you, and obviously it's not personally on you to kind of see what the growth is like, but how do you see the growth of it?
At the top, there's actually a good core group of lads that make the decisions now. It's not just the owner, it's like we work together as a team, and this is why I want to start putting out there now, because right now everyone's in this wanting to be their own boss phase, and but if everyone was their own bosses, there'd be no one supporting any businesses or whatever. It would cause an absolute standstill. There's only so much you can do by yourself. There's only so far you can go by yourself. So if that's the case, then we're never going to really grow big businesses. So I want to start there's a way called entrepreneurs instead of entrepreneur. When you
literally, I was about to say to them, it's like entrepreneur.
Well, this is what we're trying to emphasise now, is that you can still be very successful working in a company as long as you're fulfilled. And all it's about is that you call fulfillment. Not about money or whatever. It's about waking up every single day and, as Warren Buffett says, tap dancing to work.
I mean, I'm with you with the fulfillment. I'm the exact same position with me. It was about a year ago probably. I was on my previous job. I was like, company's great, people in there were great, my role I enjoyed. to a degree. But it was that I wasn't satisfied. Like at the end of the day, when you finish and you've completed a lot for your work, you've done all these. For me, it was marketing, so we've got a lot of campaigns like kind of planned out what we're going to do, what our strategy is. But at the end of the day, I was never kind of satisfied with, oh, you're happy with what you've done today. It was, no, I've done what I've had to get done, and that's when I made that decision of that's kind of when I fell into my actual mental health state. Actually, what's up with me for one? I was trying to understand what that was, and that's when I realised I'm just not happy in my workplace. Not to do with anyone else. It just wasn't doing it for me, and that's when I realised I need to go into something that, one, I'm passionate about, but two, I think I need to just take a risk on myself, which is obviously where BarbersNo1 came from, of coming away from it and what can I grow, because I feel like I've got that entrepreneur mindset in me, and I looked at the entrepreneur and I just couldn't see me relating to that.
That's as I say, all I say is passionate, doesn't matter what you do. You can go and be a bin man, you can be the most successful bin man in the world, it does not matter. Not to put a stigma on bin men, by the way. It's just
no, of course.
People do look at it as that, but there's people that love waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, being done for 12 o'clock, picking the kids up from school, cooking teas. That's success. People think success is owning your own company and driving flashy cars or whatever. It's not.
It's not at all. It's that's one thing, because obviously previous job, obviously for me, I was like 21, 22 when I was there. So any money you get at 22, you're like, oh, I'm happy, but you paid well. So I was like, for everyone looking in, it was like, oh, he's doing well, successful, like he's happy. And I was like, I'm not. Like that's not success for me. Success for me wasn't earning a lot of money. It was at the time, don't get me wrong. I think everyone has that kind of mindset at some point. But as I was getting past that, it wasn't more how much money can I earn. It was, how can I wake up every day and want to do what I'm about to do? How can I be, yes, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm excited to do it. And when I've done it, I'm going to be satisfied with myself, and I can move on to the next day thinking, let's fucking get back to it again.
To that same thing, it's like back to Kickstart, is that you wake up every single day. You should be grateful to be alive. Don't understand how lucky you are just to be alive. So if you're waking up and you're going to a job that you hate, doing the rest of your day and spending your rest of the day in that negative mindset, what's the point? Really, what is the point?
It isn't. I mean, that's why you need to identify early, get out, self-awareness, as you said before.
And that's going back. That's why personal self-development, or whatever you want to call it, is so important. Just you're more in tune with yourself.
Exactly. So, BarbersNo1 again.
BarbersNo1.
Yeah. Sorry. I want a question that most people will probably want to know. Football players. Who's there you're cutting? Tell me some big stories.
As I say, it's been a very exciting journey. So that was my start, going back to the apprenticeship. And it was just, my mindset then was like, I need to be on a barber's wage, I need to be a barber. So I was working, I was probably doing 6-7 days a week, in first, out last, getting as many haircuts in as I can throughout the day. And I was always in that mindset of, what's next, how can I get there? And that's where your goals, and you're setting your goals and your plans and taking action all comes into place, which is all still form of, your self-development, personal development. And when you're aware of that, that's when you start going places. So for me then, it was just wanting to be the best barber I could be, possibly learning from everyone. So at the time, as I say, we were just getting onto 3 stores. So I would bounce around all 3, just trying to learn from every single barber that was in there, trying to be the best barber I could be, giving value to my customers. And the next thing you know, people started waiting for me, started getting better at cutting hair, like understanding hair a bit more, just so many fundamentals to it. And then, the footballers, obviously, that was my journey into becoming a good barber for me. And then, how it started, we've always had sort of celebrities, like we had the Geordie Shore cast, that's what's kicked everything off. So we had Gaz, Scotty T, all them. Then you'd have like the likes of Callum Best and all that popping in. One time we had the storage hunters or storage wall people coming in. It was mad. So everyone was like a flagship for the celebs to go to. And then next thing you know, I think it was one of the lads was in the Queen's Drive shop. And he seen Bobby Firmino just driving over, so we went over and threw a couple of flyers in. Next thing you know, we get a follow on Twitter or the Instagram. Probably had a mooch in, and then he threw us a message and said, I'm going to be popping in to the store. And then the lads were like, wow.
And from then on, it's just someone else.
And that was it. Then Bobby started. Next thing you know, when Ray Chan, Phil Coutinho. And then it all come out. And then, so I think my first first time I cut someone, other than like the Geordie Shore, going back to the footballers, was Bobby.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got a chance to cut Bobby, and then that was it.
And he's had some mad hairstyles him as well, and
some very good.
What was your like, is he coming with a mad request to you, or was it kind of simple?
Yeah, so it's different all the time. That's the start of when I started cutting the footy players here. The next thing you know, done like Mignolet, Moreno when he was at Liverpool, and then next thing you know, I think it was 2018. We get a call to go down to Milton Keynes to cut the full Brazil squad.
Oh yeah?
They put us in a hotel room and said let's base up for the day and you can cut our hair throughout the day. Amazing experience again. We were up at 5 o'clock. Driving down to Milton Keynes, based up in Brazil on the whole floor. Yeah. Getting invited to go for food with them. And then basically just set up barbershop in a hotel room. And everyone was coming in. Bobby, Fabinho, Richarlison. Neymar actually has come to us, but that was the time before. I didn't go that time, I think I went away. One of the other lads went down to London. And then we done the full Brazil squad then. And that was Neymar was there then. So yeah, honestly, it just took the one. And then obviously every one of them just wanted to come to us. To be fair, as you say, like BarbersNo1, we've got like it's a dead quirky, cool place to go now. So the footballers love that, the fact that we give them that like made them feel normal, like the lads, because they're only young, they're only our age, you know what I mean? So you're speaking to them like, I
always imagine what it's like on their end, like...
They're not different, they're human beings.
Like, you look at them, you think, oh my god, who it is, like we see Gerrard, that's one for me, whenever I see Gerrard, I'm like, hey, fucking hell, Gerrard.
You know, it's one of the lads in our
work. Do your top button up at Gerrard, do you know what I mean?
One of the lads in our work, now that come from nowhere. Gerard's cousin goes to one of our lads in Pilch Lane, and next thing you know, he just went our Steve's looking for an haircut, so Sid went down there and blasted his hair, and then, so obviously he's a part of the BarbersNo1 brand now as well.
It's crazy, it's just crazy when you look at it like
honestly,
that.
It's a ripple effect, but it's just, as it's going back to the core, giving good value, good service, it's just something that we've always built. That's how we built BarbersNo1 is. The bevies, the DJs, having the laugh with the lads in the shop, the customers that come to us, and then it just rippled on from there.
Is there a football that you've looked at and you thought, don't fucking come to my barbers with hair like that, because, like, you know, you see like dribbles you say back in the day with
we love all that.
Yeah,
we love all that. It's time when I had Salah.
Oh yeah?
I had, Salah in my chair, cutting Salah's hair, and when he had it long.
How'd you even start with that? Just looking.
Exactly. But that's my job.
Yeah.
The harder the haircut, the better it is, and no, I'm going to concentrate more. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I love that. Yeah. I love being out of my comfort zone. That's what I do every single day. So when something like that comes in, like Salah, there's loads of different ways you can tackle his hair, and you're just like,
what am I doing today?
clean, a blank canvas. Yeah. Let's go.
So, talk about then challenging yourself. Obviously, we were talking off camera before as well. Your kind of, career path you're going into now, talk about you want to go to the consulting route. Yeah. What's that transition been like for you, and how are you imagining that going?
So my whole journey through BarbersNo1, it's been a growing business from day one. Yeah. So I've grew with the company. Yeah. I've seen different things of how we've grown shops. I mean, I got my first management job in 2015, 16, so probably like a year. Mm-hmm. That's how fast I progressed. From apprentice to manager, it probably took me about a year.
Just absorbed it really.
I'm a sponge. Everything I do, I go into a room, I'll soak everything in it. Yeah. And I don't know, it's probably just my personality. Yeah. I got there in the end, and then I got given the responsibility of my own shop. So that was amazing, just getting through basically into the jungle and going, listen, let's see how we can get on. Let's see how you do now. And obviously there was a few managers around us, so it was good to have a bit of competition with the lads. I'd be like, I'll be getting that target before you and stuff like that. And it was always keeping us motivated. So that whole experience opened my mind to business. And I didn't understand, because for me it was all about barbering, cutting the players' hairs and doing this and doing that. And being part of the barbershop, and then that was just having that responsibility of the shop, general manager of a store. How am I going to grow it? How am I going to shape these apprentices into barbers? Yeah. And grow the store, and it just happened. I got obsessed with business then. Yeah. As I say, most of the self-development books that you read is all going back to business as well, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So just having that awareness and the understanding of business, and how do I make this better? How do I perfect this? And trust me, you make so many mistakes, especially when you start out. Yeah. like that first shot for me, at that time I was still working on myself, so I wasn't even the nicest guy. I used to snap, I used to react or say the wrong thing, and I'd come back away from it and go, I shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have dealt with that. But as I say, it's a learning process.
Exactly, that's the thing with failure. Yeah, like that's the biggest mistake I see with failure. People try and avoid it, and you can't avoid it. No. You cannot avoid failure. It's better to fail. Embrace the failure. The only thing you can control is how quickly you recover from it. And that's again, self-awareness. I failed. Why did I fail? Can I avoid it in the future? Or can I like learn from this and put it into what you're doing now? Adapt what your new approach is.
Fail forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally fail forward. You're always going to fail.
Yeah.
Anyone that thinks they don't make mistakes or do things wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I find it hilarious for me, is like, when I make a decision or something like that, someone else disagrees with that decision and go, well, I wouldn't have done that, I'd have done that, but then you're not faced with that decision, do you know what I mean?
You didn't do it.
And you didn't do it.
Yeah.
And who's to say that would have been the right way to do it anyway?
Yeah.
Because that's basically all it is. That's when ego comes into play and you have to go, whoa, I'll step away from that a little bit.
Of course.
Because you don't know all the answers and it's trial and error.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
Yeah, there's no ways about it, that's just as simple as it is. You need to learn as you go. There's no shortcut. Like, you know, go back to what you were saying before, having that money-centric mindset of like, you know, then get rich quick schemes that you see everyone doing. Like, you know, how can I earn money? Yeah. Oh, don't even. I could go into that. I could go into that so much. I just can't. Yeah, that's a different podcast. That. So all that kind of get rich quick mindset. You can't have that. You need to be.
We're going back to what we've just been saying though, is that the glamourize and be your own boss and come and drive this car. Really, honestly, mate, they're all renting them cars for the day and then they go back.
Yeah.
That's how deluded this generation is that you see someone renting a car on Instagram and go, I want to do what he's doing. And as you know yourself, it's just a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. You don't want to do the work for it. No, you want to have the success.
How do I make it so easy? Everyone just wants to drive around looking good and being flashy. No one wants to do the work.
No.
For me, it's all about process.
Yeah.
So when I feel like this is getting too easy, I want to try and jeopardize it somehow. It's weird, my mindset. I want to be in that one bedroom flat by myself, just working and grinding.
Yeah.
People want the millionaire mansion in Dubai now. It's like, I love the process, I love the journey of getting that.
We were literally saying, speaking to Jack in the car on the way here, obviously we have ambitious goals for our business, we want to be in these places, but I said to him, I'd never sacrifice that first good year, or that first big deal that you get and you're like, hey, fucking just got a smashing deal.
People do, they look past it,
and then you need that.
You know, they're your fulfillment, they're what I call milestones.
That's what for me it was about, moments.
It was about earning enough money for me to have a nice car, and I'll get the nice car, and that's a milestone.
Yeah.
It's not just to sit there and go, I've got a nice car and take loads of pictures and put it all over Instagram. It's my personal milestones. Well, right, what's the next level now?
Yeah.
Whether it's whatever, another car, a watch, whatever.
What is the next milestone?
What is property?
Property
is where it's at.
Mass property, or just like
as much property.
Yeah. So the name Jamie is going to be everywhere.
It's going to go.
You're going to get a suit and like put yourself on billboards.
Never wear a suit, mate. I'll stay humble as it is.
Yeah.
I think going to meetings and night trackies for the rest of my life.
I'm with you on that. I had put this on today because I felt like I had to.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I really wish I was in my gym shop.
Honestly, that's not what it's about. Are you seeing all these like the Facebook film and stuff like that? It's a small part of it. No one wants to wear a suit no more.
No.
Gives you no satisfaction. All they do is make you look down your nose at someone, and I'm not about that.
No.
I want to be out there on the shop floor with everyone and not looking down my nose at people, because going back, I don't know all the answers. I need you as much as you need me, you know what I mean?
You're bound to learn as well, aren't you? Like, what's new coming through the door.
Yeah.
Property then. So have you looked into it much now, or?
Something I've been gaining knowledge on for. So I've built up, as I say, another little group of people that are very successful in property around me, teaching me, guiding me. And absorbing everything that they've made their fortune from.
Interesting.
And it's about, for me, there's a book that I read called Rich Dad Poor Dad. I don't know whether you've ever read it, but he talks a lot about building your financial arc. So going back to the entrepreneur mindset, because everything, or honestly, self-development all links into one, and when you start studying a bit more, there's your key fundamentals right there in front of you.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, I didn't understand that. It's just about being smart, being smart with your money. It doesn't matter if I'm a barber now, BarbersNo1, that does not mean I won't be a millionaire or I won't be successful.
Yeah.
There's different avenues you can go around.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is that you can't get rich off a salary.
No,
you need to invest your money. Honestly, you need to invest your money for it to capitalise.
Yeah.
So you need multiple streams of income.
Yeah, exactly that.
How are you going to do that without jeopardising your job? And then you start asking yourself then questions, which is easy things like property and stuff like that. We'll give your house to a property manager, pay them £60-70 a month, and they'll take all the stress off you, and you're earning money.
Yeah.
The more you do that, the more you capitalise. Then that's your art. So no matter what you're matching, you want to match your side income to your salary income.
Yeah.
Once that's done, you're financially free.
Yeah.
Because if you had to take a month off work, you've always got this to fall back on.
Yeah, of course.
Anything ever happened with your health, you've always got this to fall back on. As that happens with work, sometimes you haven't got that.
No.
If you're a self-employed barber, you haven't got that. If you own your own business, and you have to take time off work or something happens,
you haven't got it.
You've got nothing to fall back on.
No.
So for me, that's security. You've got to be smart and put your money.
Yeah, you've got to make it work for you. That's, I mean, what's train of thought there? But Jack and I was speaking to Jack actually again. Everything's happening with Jack. He's the one person to work with, only person to speak to. Yeah, you need to get him on a podcast. He said actually before he had the dream last night that he was on Innovate and Coffee 100th podcast. So
there you go. That's milestone.
100 podcasts. Jack's going on.
That's how it.
But Jack can kind of vouch for me when it comes to second sources of income, third, whatever it is. I probably pitch 9-10 business ideas to Jack a month, would you say? Something like that.
Creative.
And he says to me, there's another one. It's like, yeah. And you do get that kind of, people can look at it and go, oh, he's just flaky, he's something else he's not going to follow on. But you look, you think, how can I do it? Can I execute this? Is that viable? Like, can I do it? And you think, no, it's going to take up far too much time. I've got to put all my eggs in this basket and have something I can kind of build on one side. Yeah. So I think that's, I just want that's one message I can give to people. Just if anyone's looking and thinking, I'm like that, fucking have them ideas. Always have them ideas.
Keep them ideas. Have a big whiteboard in your room and put all your ideas that you want on there.
Check them off.
But one thing I can say is that this is where I was always the creative man. There was always the idea guy. And it was like, I weren't executing upon them ideas. It was so hard.
You don't get rich up ideas.
And that's, honestly, mate, you can read as many books, you can have as many ideas, you can be the smartest man in the room, but if you don't take action on any of them, it's pointless.
Yeah, exactly.
You can sit there and write down a piece of paper now, 10 business ideas. Yeah. What's the point?
One of them might work.
Focus on that one that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Give it 100%. So I've just finished a book there called The One Thing.
Yeah.
It's a New York Times bestseller. And he goes into, that is like the key fundamental of success in something is focusing 100% on that one thing. You can't shoot an arrow with 2 targets.
Yeah.
You can only shoot it at one. So do that. Put your blinkers on.
Yeah.
Get as successful as you can in that, which I call spinning plates. So get that plate spinning and then go on to your next one. Get that plate spinning. Give that a little bit more TLC. Go on to your third one. Yeah. And it's literally that's how it is. But you've got 100% be focused on that one thing. So when you just asked me before, what am I cutting hair as much? No, I'm not cutting hair as much anymore, but when I am cutting hair, I'm focused on cutting hair. Yeah. So it'll take me away from making business decisions that I need to be making in the background. That's a bit of a sacrifice that I've got to make at the moment, but
of course,
will change in the future. We're growing too fast. You can't run a business off a WhatsApp phone anymore. No, you need to be. So there will be a time which I'm enjoying. I love cutting hair. Yeah. But I love business. I love growth. I love seeing things come together, seeing ideas come together. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, the barbers, the apprentices, they're probably more important than us sitting in the room making ideas, but we're doing that to help everyone grow. Yeah. Everyone's salaries grow. The more the business grows, the more job opportunities come, the more people you can employ, and it's a ripple effect down there. Of course. So it's focusing on that one thing. So at the moment, I'll split I'll be in meetings half the week, and then I'll be on the shop floor half the week. Yeah. If I need to be in meetings all week, then I'll be in meetings all week. If I need to be on the shop floor, so there's not much meetings or decisions to be making there. Yeah. I'll go on that. Of course. That's where I'm at. So obviously the area manager, I've got to make sure I've got 5 going on to 6 shops now. Yeah. So obviously there's problems every single day in shops and someone doesn't turn into work, so you've got to get cover or whatever.
Yeah.
All these little things that you've got to deal with throughout the day.
Yeah, little fires to put out.
And that's what we call ourselves, with firefighters.
Yeah, exactly.
The lads don't really see that because obviously it's so quiet behind the scenes. They just wake up, go to work, cut hair, go home.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, someone doesn't turn into work, we've got to get cover for this shop.
Different
because we
story.
know different numbers in each stores and what targets we've got to get or whatever.
Of course.
That's the day to day.
It's nature of the beast, isn't it? It's what you love. It's what you love to do.
And that's why I've got to be performing on my highest level. But you always go Kickstart is kickstarting your day. Yeah. You win. The saying goes around now: win your morning, win your day, and it's fact. Yeah. It's fact.
Yeah.
You take control of that. You've got it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. I think
everything all comes into one, and that's
Kickstart, self-development,
everything. Kickstart works probably better for BarbersNo1 than it does for itself.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, yeah. No, what? That's the one thing. Like, I know you're not one of them. So like you said earlier, you don't want to get people to go and do what they do. But I will say to people, you fucking should look at Kickstart, because everything that Jamie's saying now, it's all on there. I was looking over the past 2-3 weeks. Everything he's saying is just on there. You preach it every day. You practice it every day. But the proof is in the pudding. Like I know a couple of the lads. Obviously, I put the group together. Yeah. The lads at the time were very successful. At the time. Yeah. But they've now paralleled into another level of success. Of course. And that's mind success, discipline. Yeah. You know. One thing I don't like to use the word hate, but one thing I don't like is excuses. And it narrows down the responsibility of people as well. You're not making excuses no more. Yeah, that accountability. The accountability. Definitely. And that was the group. And one thing, as I say, the lads all done testimonials, and one thing that they did say a lot was the accountability was a very important part, because, as you say, you battle with them demons every day. Yeah. Can't bother getting up today. It's lashing down. Yeah. I'll turn back over another half an hour, and I'll still try and fit my routine in half an hour. And it's like, nah. Chasing your tail. Set that time every single day. Set it every single day. Give yourself the gift of time. Give yourself a mental edge over anyone, over our competition now. I know we're miles ahead because we're making these decisions every single day. Yeah. You can have a decision to sleep in till 8 o'clock. If you find that benefits you better, fair play, go and do that. But I know it doesn't do that to me because I wake up reactive. Of course. Now I wake up in a proactive state. I can make better decisions. I'm more on time. I'm more aware of what's going on. Yeah. I'm more healthy. Yeah. My mind's healthier. Everything's just on the up. Everything. And it's every single day that I do that. So every single day I know I'm getting more healthier, more smarter. Yeah. It's that 1%, as you said, 1% better every day. Back to the fundamentals. Jamie, I mean, think we could go on forever. The more we're talking, there's more things we're going to dig into. I've lost track of time. Yeah, oh mate, honestly, same. I'm waiting for Jack to tell me, like, you need to stop. But yeah, mate, honestly, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. I'll be back. It's good. This is just the start, as I say. Yeah. BarbersNo1 now, we've just got everything planned out for the next chapter of BarbersNo1's journey, and it's very exciting. So keep your eyes peeled for what's going on there. Definitely, because it's gonna go through the roof, and we're gonna be working very hard now just to try and get that sorted, and then Kickstart as well. Keep your eyes peeled on that. As we were talking there, the consultancy side. I'm learning every single day in business, and what I want to do is I love giving back. I love helping. This is why over lockdown we were doing a circuit every Friday outside our buildings for free. Everyone's come down and getting involved. Oh, no way. We've done times in Kickstart where we've invited people up Mole Farm at 4:30 in the morning to go and catch a sunrise, and they've been that dedicated up to the time there was 40 people there. So these are all the things that I've given back, and just that's my next journey in business is the consultancy side, is that I want to be giving back and helping people not only work on themselves but make a better structured business for themselves, and organisations, like, it's so important. It gives you can be the richest man in the world. Something I'll end on now is that you can be the richest man in the world, but you won't be the happiest. No. And it'll bring more stress. Yeah. And the more you look into things, is that most of these billionaires and millionaires, they all want to kill themselves. Yeah. Money doesn't bring you happiness, and the only reason that is because they've never built structure in their life. Yeah. Once you build that structure, doesn't matter. You could be a billionaire, you could
you know, be living on a salary and be the happiest man in the world because you've given you that structure every single day. And it's going back to finding that purpose, what's your why, what's your fulfillment, what's your passion, more importantly. Go out there and do it every day. If you earn £10 a day, it doesn't matter.
You'll be happy.
Money it's a token.
Yeah.
Money will come to you. Money is the easiest thing to make in the world. I can guarantee that. I've been in that mindset of just chasing money 24/7 and it got me depressed.
Yeah.
To the point where I didn't want to be here no more. Because that's all it was. It was money. And it was like, you've taken away everything that
actually matters.
Yeah, it matters to you. And what fulfills you. So every day I wake up, I'm fulfilled.
Yeah. That's exactly what you need to be. You heard it, yeah? You heard it. Go follow Jamie. Go follow Kickstart. Go follow BarbersNo1. There's a lot going on there. I want to see his journey. I'm sure I'm going to get you back on 2 years time. See what the progress has been.
We'll put it down. Probably even 5 years time.
5 years time.
Let's see where we're at 5 years time. Yeah. BarbersNo1, Kickstart, and myself.
Yeah. And I'll
think it's just 1% better every day.
We'll try and sync it up with the 100th episode. Get Jack on here as well.
Jack on here, yeah.
So cheers for coming on, Jamie. Really appreciate it, mate. Have a good one. Cheers, mate.